And in our top business story, the Ministry of Finance has announced that the total automated collection of revenues by the federal government through the e-Dirham system during the first half of the year was about 4 billion dirhams, up 11% from 3.6 million that was recorded in H1 last year. The e-Dirham system enabled the increase in revenues collected to reach 79.8% of the overall total in the first half of 2015. The total number of e-services that have been completed through the e-Dirham system during the first half of 2015 rose 9% to 18.7 million from 17 million services in the first half of 2014. Since the launch of the second generation e-Dirham system in coordination with the National Bank of Abu Dhabi, more than 80 million electronic services were done by the system, while the value of fees collected electronically surpassed 17 billion. Officials stated that the number of e-Dirham cards increased to 1.44 million by the end of the first half of 2015, and a customer satisfaction study also showed that 82% of e-Dirham customers were satisfied with the level of services that were offered. The annual inflation rate over in Abu Dhabi increased by 1.4% during the first quarter of 2015. That's compared to Q4 last year, reaching about 5%, and recorded its highest level since January 2014 during March at 5.4%. According to the Economic Performance Report for Abu Dhabi, issued by the Division of Studies in the Department of Economic Development, the first months of 2015 in general witnessed a significant increase in the annual inflation rates that reached 5% in January and 4.6% in February, compared to the average inflation rate during 2014 of 3.2% and 1.3% in 2013. The inflation rate during Q1 was influenced by the increases of water and electricity prices in the residential sector from January 2015. An analysis showed an increase of the housing, water, electricity, gas and other fuels group in the total changes in the consumer price, reaching 85.4%, followed by the furnishings, household equipment and routine household maintenance group with 16.2%. According to the reports issued by the Statistics Centre Abu Dhabi, rentals also increased during January by 9.7% compared to January 2014, with the index reaching 109.7 points as compared to 109 and 110.1 between August and December 2014. The value of Dubai's total cocoa imports from Ghana hit 27 million dirhams in 2014, out of the 6 billion dirhams of Dubai's total non-oil trade with the African country last year. The figures came from His Excellency Omar Khan, the Director of International Offices at the Dubai Chamber of Commerce and Industry, who headed up a roundtable discussion on the cocoa industry in Ghana and the synergies between the industry and Dubai's private sector. The event was held in Ghana's capital, Accra, to identify how Dubai can play a role in being a global hub for the African country to reach the Asian markets and the Emirates' attractiveness as a sound investment destination. Cocoa represents 57% of Ghana's export earnings, and the country is the second largest producer of this crop after the Côte d'Ivoire, accounting for 34% of the global cocoa market. Looking for a new rental unit and don't know where to start? Well, a local classifieds website can help you find the ideal place through its new guide to renting properties. With over 96,374 property listings on the site, EZHeights has released a guide to make it easier for people to make hard decisions about spending money on costly items such as properties and cars. This is the second guide from EZHeights.com, which boasts a list of questions to ask before making that all-important decision, such as how much can you afford for the year, with the general rule being that no more than 30% of your income should be spent on rent and rent-related expenditures, including bills, the type of neighbourhood, the type of unit to rent out, furnished or unfurnished, as well as brokerage fees, to name just a few.